have ever stopped pursuing your dreams or goals before you even started? Stand, I should have at least one more person. You thought about it and you thought it was too big and you didn't even start because it was too big. The reason why we are here today is specifically for you individuals that are standing. Now, the ones who are sitting, I'm sure they'll get something out of this as well. But specifically for the ones that are standing, start telling yourself yes to pursue your dreams. On the count of 3, start telling yourself yes. I didn't count. 1, 2, 3. Start telling yourself yes. Have a seat to pursue your dreams. And the reason why I'm so passionate about inspired individuals, and for those of you all who may not know, the word inspiration simply means to inspire by breathing life into something. Breathe life into something. And I'll never forget, I'll be vulnerable with you all. I'll share with you all my story, how I once started to tell myself no as opposed to yes. How I once stopped at breathing life. So Brother Glenn, you see you're not by yourself. All of us in this room who stood up, we've stopped at a green light because the road to our success is green, but it's us that's stopping. Yes, it's filled with obstacles. Yes, it's filled with different tragedies, turns, and twists, but we still stopped when the light was green. I'll share with you all my story real quickly. I'll never forget, I was raised by a single parent mother at the age of 18. I was the second kid. She had her first son by the name of Tyrone at the age of 16. So at the age of 18, she had to make a decision. She was held back in the 7th grade, so she was only in the 11th grade at the age of 18. She had to make a decision as to whether or not she's going to abort her dreams by dropping out of high school or abort our dreams by giving us up to the government, or giving us up for adoption. If you all know my mom, you all wouldn't be surprised that she decided to, as selfless as she is, she decided to abort her dreams by dropping out of high school. And if that's not good enough, my daddy dropped out of high school too. I would love to say my daddy walked out on us, but it's hard to walk out on somebody when you were never there. I'll be honest, they were never married. I don't even know they were together. I think I was more of a hookup baby. And so what happens is, you all aren't surprised, is if you don't have a high school education, 2 parents will have a high school education, it's not hard for you to believe that you'll end up in the most impoverished city in the state, if not the country. Born and raised in East Cleveland, Ohio, graduated from Shaw High School. There's always something different about me, though. Although I didn't have the wonderful things that helped me get to the next level, I always had the love of my mama. She didn't have a lot, but she had enough. Write that down. I don't have a lot, but I have enough. Write that down. I don't have a lot, but I have enough. So you got to realize that you have enough. How do you all know that you have enough? Because you have a church, you have a community who care about you. 5 years hosting this amazing conference for $100 a person, right? Nope, for free. Every year. I don't have a lot, but I have enough. So what I did was, I graduated from Shaw High School and I went on to college, and the college I went to looked a little bit different for me. High school Shaw is mostly African American. I get to college, it's reverse. First speech I give, they laughed at me like crazy, not because I was funny, because I couldn't speak. I was in front of the audience and it was 4th grade. I got a D. You all aren't surprised. I was in front of the audience and the speech I was giving, I was up there. You all heard this. Your grandson or granddaughter talked like this. I said, well, I love being here. I'm excited, you know what I'm saying, to be in this class. You know what I'm saying, because you know what I'm saying? No, they didn't know what I was saying. I didn't know what I was saying, because all I was saying is, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't speak, I couldn't put my words together, but what I did was I decided to go on YouTube how to be a great motivational speaker. I decided to go get help studying. I ended up transferring to Baldwin University because I wanted to be closer to home, because that school's in Pennsylvania. They laughed at me. But now I'm laughing because I'm laughing all the way to the bank with a lot of checks in my pocket from being one of the top motivational speakers in the country. Because I decided to tell myself yes. One of my favorite mentors, his name is Dr. Wayne Dyer, he said this: when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. You gotta write that down. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. It's no different from the whole concept of the glass half empty or half. The glass half empty or glass half. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Let me give you all this, and I'm almost done, believe it or not. So I'm somewhat of a jokester. So I got a PhD, so I like to do experiments. So I'm sharing this with you all to give you all the concept of when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So this was some years ago before I was married, and I had my PhD, I had wrote a book, and I'm making a lot of money, I got cars and all that stuff. So I was at a wedding, and it's customary at a wedding, after the wedding, you do what? You go to the receiving line so you can greet the bride and the groom. When you greet the bride and the groom, you pay your respects, shake their hand, give them a hug, say congratulations. Well, at that point, I wasn't ready for marriage. I wasn't ready for a wedding. I wasn't thinking about settling down. I ain't gonna lie, I can be honest, right? I was single and I was ready to what? No, I was single and I was already mingling. So I'm next in the receiving line. I'm about to pay my respects to the bride and the groom, and all of a sudden I feel a weak tap on my right shoulder. I look back at this elderly lady. She looks at me and she says, "You next." But remember, I was single and I was already mingling. I wasn't ready to be next, so I decided to change the way I look at things. Things you look at change. So some months later, I went to a funeral. It's customary at a funeral, you go up and you pay your respects to the deceased person. So I'm next in line, I'm finally next in line, and I see the deceased person. I look at the casket, I look back, guess what? It's the same elderly lady behind me. I look back at the casket, I put a big old smile on my face, and I say, "You next." When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So when LeBron James first left to take his talents where? South Beach. All of us, we got mad, we had different responses, we egged his house, we burnt his jersey. I still got his original jersey. I paid like $200 for that. I wasn't burning that jersey. I still got it, because I knew he was coming back. But we all had different responses, but my response was, I wanted to help empower people, because one of my pet peeves, raise your hands if you got a pet peeve or by myself. One of my pet peeves is that I hate when I see other people celebrate other people for their success when they don't celebrate themselves for their own success. Why? Because they don't have any success. Why? Because they don't think that they can be as successful as the person they're celebrating. Why are we watching Empire day in and day out and we're not focusing on building our own empire? So I changed the way I looked at, so I traveled all across the country. You heard Judy Mack say it in my bio. My words of inspiration was featured on my own network. I wrote for Black Enterprise, was featured by Black Enterprise, featured by Forbes, yada, yada, yada. So I decided to empower people to be the CEO of their dreams, to make their dreams come true. Write this down. I am the CEO of my dreams. I am the CEO of my dreams. CEO stands for this: Creator of Excellent Opportunities. Creator of Excellent Opportunities. So what I decided to do is I traveled the whole country empowering individuals to become the CEO of their dreams. And I got it from, it was a playoff for LeBron James. He had a huge poster when he was first here downtown. He was standing out like this. And above it, it said, "We are all what? We are all witnesses," is what it said. So I decided to watch my Witness This campaign. And so when his billboard came down, my billboards went up around the city in downtown Cleveland. And it said, "Witness this. I am the CEO of my dreams, and there ain't nothing you can do about it." Got tons of press and traction. I'm the CEO of my dreams, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. I need a little help with this. Fellas, stand up for me. Come on, fellas. I need to wake y'all up anyway. Stand. Y'all can't leave Glenn hanging. Y'all know better than that. Y'all can't leave him hanging. Fellas, as loud as you can, repeat after me. Say, "Witness this. Witness this. I'm the CEO of my dreams.